Hello guys, today we are talking about the best places to visit in Croatia. Going from the shining Adriatic Ocean to the rough Dinaric Alps, the crashing cascades of Krka in the south to the moving borderlands with Slovenia, Italy and Hungary in the north, Croatia is the foundation of the Balkan promontory and one of the genuine gems of the Mediterranean Bowl. In this rundown of the top objections in the Republic, we flutter between Roman towns and mountain ridge towns, range from oceanside hotels to dazzling seashores and take in everything from truffle-mixed food sources to Dalmatian history en route. Number 1. Pula. Wearing Roman marble and shimmering against the greenish-blue tones of the Adriatic, Pula is the gem toward the finish of the Istrian promontory. It rose to magnificence under the support of Augustus Caesar, the strong amphitheater that actually remains on the edge of the old town, seemingly the best protected Roman artifact beyond Italy, was raised while the Julio-Claudians actually ruled in Rome. Today the 2,000-year-old focus is scattered with beguiling Venetian structures and hints of Slavic and Byzantine rule, all mixing around the exuberant lager bars and kanobas, customary Croatian diners. Number 2. Korčula. It's obviously true that most explorers make an immediate course to this brilliant Adriatic island to wonder about the delights of its postcard superb old town, which perches over the rollers of the Solution on the eastern coast, complete with a lot of striking middle-aged zeniths and guards and painstakingly organized breeze-kissed streets. Nevertheless, head away from this marble-clad magnet of a town and you'll track down a woodlands worth reasoning of home about, where undulating forest areas of Spanish pine flood down to disengaged bays of radiant white stones, where country fish restaurants spot the waterfront ways and boats skip over the blue-green sea. Number 3. Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik ascends between the silly limestone edges of the Dalmatian coast and the ideal blue of the Adriatic Ocean. A ring of stone-constructed fortresses and a hint of red-tiled rooftops that is hailed by a larger number of people as the most entrancing city in all of Croatia. All the activity focuses on the delightful, UNESCO-validated Old Town, where the Gothic structures of Sponza Castle overshadow the clamoring shops and bistros on the focal drag of Plaka Stradon. Visits around the disintegrating city ramparts are truly famous, while others come to search out the recording spots utilized in HBO's Down of lofty positions. There's likewise Lapad Oceanside for a spot of sunbathing, and the much-vaunted Dubrovnik trolley for clearing seas over the city and the coast. Number 4. Zagreb. Far away from the focal points of the Dalmatian and Istrian coasts, Croatia's capital sits settled at the foot of the rough Medvednica Massif in the northern inland belt. An old city, Zagreb truly just dug up some authentic confidence in the 19th and 20th hundreds of years, when an extraordinary recovery in Illyrian neoclassicism and Slavic craftsmanship saturated the middle with the abundance of gaudy metropolitan structures, ornate towers actually seen today. All the more as of late, and the captivating Gornji graduate region has turned into a number one among vacationers looking for intriguing places of worship and squares crowded with neighborhood road entertainers throughout the mid-year. Gracious, and afterward there's the understudies and their associative nightlife, rising each night in the outdoors bars of Kalčičeva Road. Number 5. Rovinj. Enveloped by the lapping influxes of the Adriatic halfway up the tough Istrian coast, Rovinj extends out into the waters like a shining gem etched and cut by the hands of Romans, Venetians, Franks and Habsburg Austrians the same. The perfect old town heart is flanked by stretches of pebbly oceanside and ringed by a sun-sprinkled walkway where local people laze throughout the mid-year. The needle-like tower of whitewashed St. Euphemia's Basilica gives the ideal compass point, assisting guests with exploring between the secret squares, fluttering washing lines, sweet-smelling pizza shops and restricted paths that flourish. Number 6. Hvar. Decadent Hvar town and its carefree following of understudies, club drug types and espresso culture frantic local people makes a lot of commotion from its seat toward the finish of its eponymous island on the edge of the Dalmatian coast. Indeed sir, this lovely spot is home to a sun-sprinkled harborside, referred to locally as the Riva, where cabana bars and outdoors mixed drink joints thunder until the early hours close to weaving tycoon yachts. In the interim, the winding marble stone roads of the starry graduate proposition tons of refined kanobas, where meza plates of Croatian olive oils blend in with truffle pastas and so forth. Furthermore, when you can pull yourself away from the city, the climbing trails and seashores call, hitting their top with isolated inlets and pine-covered ways on the Pakleni Islands close by. Number 7. Muljet. Wild, rough and immaculate, Muljet stays at the Adriatic island of decision for explorers looking for the genuine waterfront Croatia. In any case, the masterpiece of this sun-sprinkled isle must be the assigned Muljet Public Park on the eastern tip. A pleasant wrap of seaside woodlands where the Veliko and Malo salt lakes cut through the scene and a lofty Benedictine cloister draws the eye. Number 8. Plitvice Public Park. Etched and cut out of the limestone fanes, chalk bluffs and dolomite slopes of focal Croatia, where the rough Dinaric Alps ascend to shape the borderlands with Bosnia toward the east, the amazing Plitvice lakes and their eponymous public park truly are great. They are set in the midst of verdant valleys dressed in tidy, fir, beech and hornbeam, and should be visible spouting and streaming in a progression of stunning cascades from the different winding strolling tracks and promenades currently open to guests. Plitvice is really perhaps the most established public park on the landmass, despite everything plays host to wild wolf packs, Croatian earthy-colored bears, inquisitive wood grouses and tricky lynxes. Number 9. Motivan. Peaking above the clouds as they descend into the rugged inland valleys of central Istria, Motivan is unquestionably one of the most elegant and alluring villages in the country. It can be found draped over a pyramid-shaped hill above the Mirna River, a symphony of terracotta roofs and stony streets that gives way to rolling fields of olive groves and truffle-packed forest. Today, travelers head in to wander along the old Venetian bulwarks, weave through the wine cellars and sample some of the best pasta and pizza dishes in the country, all in the company of uber-friendly, Italian-speaking locals. Number 10. Split. Celebrated as the home of the tribal UNESCO World Legacy Site of Diocletian's royal residence, Split's close to consummate equilibrium of the old and the new makes it obviously one of the nation's most appealing towns. The 4th century leftovers of Diocletian's creation possess the actual heart of the city, and come scattered with an intermittent Gothic pinnacle from a later age, or Egyptian sphinx from a previous one. The set of experiences spreads underground as well, with vaulted underground rooms showing the genuine degree of the antiquated site. Be that as it may, it's not all Roman relics in Split. No sir, not with that sun-kissed Riva promenade and Bakvice Bay enticing from the peripheries, inundated with ocean sidebars and washing mixed drink joints. Number 11. Zadar. The capital of the much-trampled Dalmatian locale is all that you'd expect of a sun-sprinkled Croatian hotel town on the edge of the Adriatic. Immediately exuberant and easy-going, saturated with history yet lastingly current. As a matter of fact, Zadar is known for its great blend of old and new, bragging the exquisite Byzantine ascents St. Donat's congregation close to the disintegrating remainders of a Roman discussion and mismatching paths of bistros and diners. The purported ocean organ by modeler craftsman Nicola Essential likewise draws swarms with its light shows and inquisitive science, while there's a sure charm to the manner in which Zadar simply appears to slip into the Mediterranean, making it simple for local people and explorers the same to chill in the ocean. Number 12. Zagorje locale. Closer to the Slavic hinterlands of Slovenia and Hungary than the sun-kissed Croatian Riviera, often a startling heading, Zagorje stays a certified secret fortune on the Republic's touristic lineup. Only occasionally visited anyway, treasured seriously by individuals who do come. This spot that is known for moving inclines and obviously endless property fields is immediately normal, abrasive and authentic. Influenced vivaciously by Austria and Slovenia northward, the area is sprinkled with a discontinuous excessive stronghold, or towns like Krapina, where close-by tongues really rule. Then, clearly, there's the wine, production of which stems back to Roman times, while grape manors and cellar doorways have the valley sides for eternity. Number 13. Krka recreational area. The shimmering and crashing fountains and pools of Krka are something like the southern accomplice to Plitvice. They range from the breaking down karsts and slants of the Dinaric Alps to the Ria of Skradinsky, where the stream waters become saline and get along with the Adriatic Sea. Clearly, the essential interest here should be the series of cascades that touch the entertainment region, countless which are the consequence of many long stretches of hyper-green development improvement between the banks of the mineral-rich Krka stream, while various poles consolidate the charming site of the Vasovac strict people group, which just hits over the trees on an island in the midst of reflect like Vasovac Lake. Number 14. Rijeka. A mixed drink of common port life, exquisite Habsburg sentimentality and the laid-back energies of seaside Croatia, Rijeka can be found settled on the Istrian Bay, pulling in a large number of boats across the profound waters of the Kvarner Bay. As a matter of fact, it was Rijeka's nearby association with the ocean and these essential transportation paths that formed it into the city it is today, with hundreds of years spent wavering among Habsburg and Hungarian, gathering heavenly decorations like the lead representative's castle and Rijeka Basilica as it went. The city is additionally now celebrated as the home of Rijeka Fair, which draws in excess of 100,000 individuals to see marches and inquisitive functions occur on clamoring Corzo Road at the core of town. Thank you for watching.